Good day, everyone. My research proposal is entitled Effects of Mail Order Bride Educational Awareness Program to the Attitudes of Women Ages 18 to 23 in Barangay Buray, Oton, Iloilo. This is a research proposal for Development Communication 204. The mail order bride system works through a marriage broker who enlists women from poor countries and sell their contact information to men from richer countries like USA and other European countries. This is also a form of trade in such a way that women are looked upon as commodities. It is interesting to note that the number of Filipinos marrying foreigners have tripled in just 8 years, from 7,819 in 1998 to 24,954 in 2006. Most of the victims of mail order bride are poor and uneducated women who get lured by promises of a better life abroad. Some of them are unaware of the cultural and language differences that they will encounter abroad. When these women marry their husbands, they fantasize about a happy and comfortable life abroad. But records show that these women usually end up in divorce, in domestic violence, and sadly, most of them end up murdered by their own husbands. Actually, mail order brides has long been existing. They were once called the picture girls who were going west to America to marry men. In order to adapt to a changing world, marriage brokers and other agencies no longer use catalogs and magazines or newspapers. They now use internet in order to advertise women and sell them. It is interesting to know that mail order bride, or the system of mail order bride, is unlawful in the Philippines. In fact, Congress passed a law which is called the Anti-Mail Order Bride or Republic Act 6955, which declares unlawful the practice of matching Filipino women with foreigners. A proposed bill is now in Congress. This is known as House Bill 5572, known as Anti-Mail Order Spouse Act. For a theoretical and conceptual framework, the researcher used the attitude formation theory. This theory states that the formation of attitude is affected by several factors. These factors include classical conditioning, family and peer groups, neighborhood, economic status, and other factors. The researcher also used the Hovland-Yale model of persuasion. It states that in order to change the attitudes of the listeners, first, the listeners should notice the message from a credible speaker. They should understand the message by knowing the two sides of the story, and they should accept or reject the message. This is now the integration of two theoretical frameworks. It states that attitude change will occur if educational awareness program on MOB will have a credible source, and it will show the two sides of the story. It will affect the audience, but the audience will also be affected by level of education, economic status, and other factors. This study will employ both quantitative and qualitative methods in acquiring data from the effects of mail order bride educational awareness program to the attitudes of women. It will also use survey questionnaire and focus group discussion. In order to analyze the data, the researcher will use the person-R test.
Created using Powtoon.